All right, guys, welcome in. So today we're going to go over chapter 5 and what it requires, or some of the grammar for chapter 5. So starting off the chapter, we go from making your regular AR verbs, ER verbs, and IR verbs, right? So this you should have learned in Spanish 1. So the endings are o, as, a, amos, an. This is o, es, hemos, and o, es, imos, and. So the first section of chapter 5 talks about the following verbs. Hacer is to do. Oír, to hear. Poner, to put or to place. Salir, to leave or to go out. Traer, to bring. And ver, to see. Okay, so then this first section goes over these and how they're conjugated. So these have an irregular yo form. So when you have hacer, your conjugations are hago, haces, hace, hacemos, hacen. The irregular is hago. So that's what this first section of the chapter is. So the same with when you have poner, your irregular verb is pongo, and then the rest are pretty much the same. So pones, pone, ponemos, ponen. Okay, then you have salir. We have salgo, which is your irregular verb. And then you have sales, sale, salimos, salen. Okay, so this is just taking off the the IR ending and then adding the correct conjugation to the verb. That's all this is. So you have hacer, that has the yo form, that's irregular. Poner, the yo form. Salir, the yo form. Traer, the yo form. Ver, the yo form. And oír has multiple. So how do you conjugate oír? It goes like this. Oigo, so that's irregular. Oyes, oye, oímos, oyen. So this is the boot formation that tells you that these inside, because it looks like a boot, these inside the boots are irregular. These are irregular, so you just have to remember them. Okay, so these first 6 verbs are the first ones that you go through in the chapter. Then you move on to the next part of the chapter, which changes verbs from E to IE, O to UE, or E to I. So an example would be pensar. this is the root of it, pensar. So they are stem. I'm sorry, this is the stem, not the root. So this is what changes. So it goes from pensar to pienso, which that IE is what changes. So it goes from E to IE, E to IE. Piensas. Again, E to IE. Piensa. E to IE. Pensamos. This one doesn't change, as you can see that E stays the same. And then piensan. Again, E to IE. So this is the boot formation, yet again, that says these are irregular. It goes from E to IE. Now you have O to UE. An example would be volver, which means to return. Okay? So you have, it changes from O to UE. So it's vuelvo, vuelves, vuelve, volvemos, vuelven. And here again, the voot formation tells you that these go from O, the O that's originally there, and it changes to UE. And then you have E to I. So an example of this is pedir. It has that E there. And so pedir means to ask for or to order. So you have pido. That E changes to that I. Pides. Pide. Pedimos. This one does not change. So that's why it normally stays out of the boot. And piden. Yet again, another boot formation that tells you that those inside the boot are the irregular ones. So verbs that fall under this are listed in your blackboard. There is under chapter 5, there is a verbs PDF that shows you what verbs tend to change, and it even gives you the way they change. Like it conjugates exactly the way I conjugated here, and then it even circles, or I'm sorry, boots in the irregular ones. So there are different verbs for these. Okay? Okay. We're going to pause right there, and then we'll continue on in the next video.